Right, good evening. We're now back, and I'm delighted to have with me a gentleman who's a legend of football. He's come here tonight to play and support the efforts of the Lloyds bowling team to do this. I'm delighted to have with me Mr. Tony Buck himself. Good evening, Tony.
Nice to
Welcome.
meet you, Mel.
Welcome. What do you think of what they're doing out there?
Oh, it just amazes me, Mel, what they've done. Like, as I say, I've been connected with it through the family, the Rigney family for a few years, going to functions and, as I say, but when you come here tonight and see what they've done, and the thing that amazes me, Mel, I mean, you're a bowler and you know what it's all about, is that, they keep attacking the pin and they're a few inches from the pin every time they go there. And it's amazing after so many hours bowling that they can be like that, Mel.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, after 100 hours, they should be able to get a few bowls near to the jack, shouldn't they, Tony?
I would think so. But you think they'd be a bit tired as well?
Yeah, I think so. There's one or two now. Just come past somebody with his trousers down having a massage in there. So, the St John's ambulance people are doing a tremendous job keeping them going.
I mean, you don't realise the backroom staff that's got to be behind them to keep them going.
And the ladies on the food are all doing a tremendous job. Now, Tony, yourself, your own bowls career now we're going to talk about. we've just been out on the green ourselves, and you've partnered Lynn and against myself and Amanda Ridley, and you just beat us now. I think you know a bit about that green because you seem to be turning your bias over and playing a few other pegs. So
yeah, I just tried. It's just I go out, a couple of mornings a week along with a mate, and we bowl up, and he says to me one or two things, and I just say, you just pick it up, and I just play for the love of it. I enjoy it. No, it's been great, and it was wonderful to play with, you and your good wife. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it's been excellent to play you. By the way, you've won the game in bowls. The winners have to buy the beer. I don't know if you realise that.
Is that right?
That's right. Yeah. So you owe me a pint in a minute.
I'll have to go and I'll have to get the bank then, Mel, and draw a few quid out.
Yeah. While we're here, we must talk about football for a moment, Tony. I mean, you had a tremendous career. If I remember right, I think you actually entered the Football League fairly later in life or something, weren't you?
I was, Bath City,
I
was at Bath City now, and I got a chance when I was 30, to go down to Plymouth, and had a couple of seasons down there. And at 32 came up here and signed for Manchester City, and I've been up here ever since.
Yeah. And that was with probably the great Joe Mercer,
the
manager?
The wonderful man, a great character and great PR man, and along with a good coach at that time, a brilliant coach, Malcolm Allison.
In Malcolm,
they were a great combination, them two, because Joe used to be the front man and Malcolm used to do all the coaching and that, and it was a great setup at that time.
Yeah. And with City at that time, I think, if I remember right, I think you won the league with them, didn't they? FA Cup, League Cup.
Yeah, we won them three, and we won the European Cup, Winners' Cup as well, Mel. So we had a good run at that particular time, and we're just hoping for them days to come back now again. Big money gone into the club now, and they're making one or two big signings, and we're just, as I say, praying for them days to come back again.
I mean, looking back from the past when you played, and these days now when you've got so many foreign players in and foreign owners, what do you think of it, Tony? Do you think it's good for the game, all this?
Well, I think, with the quality of players coming in, it's good, but at the same time, I honestly feel, they should restrict it to maybe 5 in each side, 5 foreigners or, and 6, Great Britain lads, and, I think that would be the way to go if... I'm looking at the international scene now, Mel. If you want your international team to be strong, then you've got to have players coming through regularly.
Yeah. I mean, did you ever think when you was playing back in the 60s you'd ever see an Italian managing England or an Arsenal team full of foreigners or anything like that?
Oh, it's amazing, Mel. When I still do a little bit of I go scouting. I do a little bit from the old club Plymouth up in the northwest. And you go out and every team you look at, there's foreigners in there.
Yeah. That's right. But and of course, I must mention you were manager of City as well.
I was, I had a good little spell as a manager as well. We won the, we won the League Cup, finished up a point behind Liverpool for the Championship. Took them into Europe 3 times out of the 5 years that I was manager. So I had a good little run.
And who would you say were your star players when you was a manager?
I took, I took one or two lads. I took one from the Midlands that done well for us, little Ace Harford from West Brom.
Oh yeah, I see.
He, supposed to have a hole in his heart, but he was different class. Done well for me. Another lad that I brought back up from London, was a Manchester lad, Brian Kidd.
Yeah.
Done well, and one of the best signings I ever made, I think, was Dave Watson. From Sunderland.
Yeah, centre half.
Yeah.
The big Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's quite a few, going back to bowls again, there's quite a few ex-footballers who I've come across who've played bowls.
Yeah,
As I was saying earlier, last year I played an I think he was Manchester City player who did a tremendous job with the Wolves, was Dave Wagstaff.
Dave, I seen him actually at the European Cup final.
Yeah.
And we had a lad as well that used to play a bit, and he was on the staff at the City. Ken Barnes, who played quite a lot of bowls, and I know the secretary there, Bernard Alford. He played a lot of bowls. And Bobby Johnson, they tell me, he used to be a bowler as well. So, I think lads enjoy, going out on the bowling green,
There's a few Midlanders who we've had playing down there. I mean, one who did particularly well with bowls was Johnny Hancock, who was again a Wolves player. He's passed away now, Johnny, but there is actually a memorial tournament for him played every year in Telford.
Is there?
And where I come from in Cannock locally, one very good player was Tommy Galley, who was again ex-Wolves and England player who sadly passed away a year or two. But he was, there's a lot of people who've gone into the sport.
I think, as I say, if you play football and then all of a sudden you get into something like the bowls, I think it's great. As I say, and some good bowlers, as you say, come through.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Anyway, Tom, it's been delighted to have a little chat with you. You're going to get out now and go and buy me that pint.
I'll have to. Yeah,
that's fine.
I've been talked into it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody listening, the great Tony Buck, thank you very much for having us.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.